Rebecca at the Sarcy Public Library, and today I have Phil with me.
Hello.
And Phil works at our computer desk, and he helps people answer technical questions about computer stuff. He also knows how to play the bass guitar, so that's something cool about Phil. Today we're going to make these paper flowers to brighten up our houses since we're stuck in the house with COVID-19. One of my flowers got turned around actually. Oh, here we go. There you go. Cute little flowers, yeah. And we're going to make a little vase to go with them that you can just, it doesn't have to be heavy vase. If you have a real vase, you can use a real vase. It's either one. Uh-oh, this one is just an unruly flower. Okay, here you go. All right, there you go. That's what we're making today, okay? So I'm going to put this out of the way so you can see, because it's so big, it just takes over the whole table. All right, this craft uses recycled paper. And we have brochures from fairs you go to. You got calendars. Phil and me like these calendars. They're pretty cool because you get all kinds of colors and you can play with all the shapes that are already on there, which is pretty cool. Here, hold on to this calendar stuff for me, Phil. Okay. Miss Michelle just told me about these cool magazines like that we have at the library that we're getting rid of. So you could use magazines if that's what you have laying around the house. Your old National Geographic. Alright, and then we also have that you could use old cardboard from containers that you get in the house. So you can use old cardboard. You can use recycled color pages from the refrigerator from 2 years ago. This is a picture my sister colored for me about 2 years ago, and it's turned a little yellow, so I thought, well, we can just recycle that item, so we might make a flower out of that. Or if you just have paper that you've printed on, it doesn't really matter what kind of paper you get. There's also, if you photocopy a whole bunch of stuff and you cut out things from that, so you'll need some recycled paper. However you can get it. And my personal favorite is this congressional record. We get it at the library. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It's so plain, right? And nobody's ever going to read this stuff, honestly. You would really have to be an aficionado of congressional records to like this stuff. So what I do with them is I've used them to color in parts of our flowers. So we have the middles. You can make petals. You can make little sprays for the top. You can make different shapes. This is a good craft to practice your shapes. And you would want to color on the back. If you can tell where you've been, you can color it on the other side so it'll be a two-dimensional. You can do it from either side. So that's something you can do with this congressional record. And so that's what we've done. We've got a lot of stuff here. And if you have white paper like this, then you're going to want to color it somehow. It doesn't matter. Me and Phil used our art skills and made different colors and swatches that we could cut out. So there's a lot of different things you can do with any kind of paper you have laying around the house. And this takes a while. This craft usually, to make this whole bouquet, it's taken me and Phil and some other people about 3 hours to complete this. And honestly, we did use the glue gun to make it faster. So this could be an all-day craft, or over time, like in a week, you could make a flower a day. By the end of the week, you have a whole bunch of little flowers. So however you want to do that. So you got the paper. We went over that. Okay, we need straws. Okay, those straws right here. And then, let's see. We need markers. Just any color markers. Whatever is your favorite color. Okay. You can use different types of glue. Okay, you can use glue sticks. And for little toddlers, I would recommend this because they can't, get a mess, or, glue sticks are good for toddlers. If you have middle-aged kids that are not quite ready for a glue gun, what we have at the library is a huge bottle of glue, which most mothers have a lot of glue on hand. If you have a little container, or if you want to use the bottom of your peanut butter jar from our previous maker space where we made hummingbird feeders, I just poured a little glue in the bottom so that me and Phil could use that. Or you can use this glue gun and a glue stick. It's up to you, however you want. And you need scissors. You got your scissors? Okay. So that's really all you need to make paper flowers. So we're going to get started. Okay, hold on. Let me move all this out of the way again. Oh, okay. Let's save our stuff here. Okay, Phil. So first, we are going to cut out these little circles. So, let me we'll give you some here, Phil. You can cut these out too.
Okay.
Here's these. And then we're just going to make a whole bunch of those. And if you have books at home that are just plain paper like this that you're going to throw away or donate or whatever, and they're old and ugly, you can just use that paper too. So there's all kinds of recycled paper crafts you can do. So we're going to get our circles ready. Phil, have you ever made paper flowers before?
No, I never have, but it was fun. I practiced a little bit with one, and I can honestly say I've never made one before.
All right. And Phil has a little grandchild that is 6 months old, so he's going to practice for when they get older. He can make paper flowers with Phil.
Yeah, her name's Annabelle Lee, and as soon as she gets just a little bit older, I'll show her these videos and try and help her make some of these things. That'll be fun.
So maybe these are not things you want to do right now, but they'll be on the Facebook page, so if you can't do that right away. And also, when you make your flowers, take a picture and put it on our Facebook page underneath our post for this craft or this video so that we can see what you have made. So, okay, we got a couple of these now that we can use.
You know, one of the things you mentioned to me earlier that I don't think you mentioned just now, a really good source of paper is junk mail.
Oh, yes. And I heard there's a teacher here in Searcy that has a junk mail challenge going on. And that's why I brought some of my junk mail. And some of the stuff that we colored on today was my junk mail. So feel free to use that if that's, you get that every day. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. Also, what we're doing is we're saving our scraps for next week's craft. So save all your paper throwaway that you're going to use. You can throw it in a bag like this and keep it for next week's craft so that you'll have it when it's time to do that craft, okay? All right. So we got our circles cut out. You got your circles cut out, Phil? You're using hexagons. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I thought I'd do something a little different this time and just kind of see what it looks like.
It looks beautiful. Okay, and me and Phil practiced making some paper flowers earlier, and we made these type, and that's what we're going to make together. So what you need to do to make these is cut out strips of paper. And I will move this out of my way. This is in my way. I'm going to move it. We'll get to that in a minute. There's different ways to make a flower. You can look at flower books and see all the different shapes of the petals. If you want to use this as your science for the week, you can study the shapes of flower petals for different types of flowers and go by that to make your flowers. In our flowers over here, we have an example of an orchid. There's some other little daisy looking things. Miss Michelle made a cute little daisy. And then there's like a peony. And so you can go and look at what real flowers look like outside and then go from there as to what type you want to use. I was just doing this one because it was simple to show people how easy it is to make this. So I'm going to cut a whole bunch of strips off of here.
Yeah, this particular shape that I'm making, if it was a square, it would have 4 sides, but it has 6 sides. So that makes it a hexagon.
So you can use science interwoven with this. I mean, nature crafts are always good for that, learning about the real world. And then if you are just like me, who is just whimsical and you want to just make up your flowers, it's funny. I used this one over here. I just made this flower up when I took different color papers off of the calendar, and I used this little boy's feet as part of the flower. You see the feet?
Oh, what a neat idea. I wouldn't have thought of that.
And it doesn't really show when you show the flower people. They're like, I don't know. But when they look up close, they'll see it. Okay. So I got me some strips here. You got plenty of strips over there?
I do. I
You
think
got
I'm
plenty
in
strips?
good shape, yeah.
All right.
You're a lot faster to me, so I think you'll probably need more than I will.
Well, I have plenty for now for this particular flower that we're making. So I'm going to put my extras over there.
Okay.
Okay, and then we need a straw. Here's your purple straw.
Oh, perfect. It's my favorite color.
And then this is my red straw that I have. Okay. And so you just, we're going to put our circle down on there. And if you are doing this with this real glue like me and Phil have, you want something underneath. Otherwise, we have a paper table here, paper tablecloth that we can change and it'll stick to it. It stuck to it earlier. I had a really hard time getting our flowers off the table. Okay, so here we got this glue. And we're going to use this glue to show you at home how easy it is. So we got some paint brushes to put it on there to make it thick. Otherwise,
pieces are small.
yeah, here, throw them in here.
Really?
Me and Miss Michelle are going to do paper mache, and the smaller the paper, the better.
Oh, that's right. We do that.
Yeah. So we got total.
Okay, cool. That's perfect.
And then you can use this brochure to put
Yeah.
so you
that's
don't
a good
mess up your
idea.
calendar that we've been making flowers in. So there you go.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
All right, and then you want to put some glue on there.
Starting off with it too.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's that. Oh,
Thank you very much.
be careful. There's a lot of glue on there. And it's okay to have a lot of glue because you really do need it. All right.
Plus I'm messy.
That's okay. I'm messy too. Alright, so now we're going to take our strips of paper. We're going to go around at the end of them like this. You're noticing I didn't color the ends. I cheated because you don't really have to cover the end because you're going to put them in the middle of your flower. So you just go around and make like a circle or whichever kind you want. If you want them all to be on one side, you can do that too. However you want to do it. So then you stick that down, and then you're going to need more glue after that. Do you need some? Here, let's get some more for you. You got some. There's that one. And I always put the color side down, so, you know, like here's the back of this. This is not going to show. Uh-oh, we need some more glue, don't we?
Yeah, we need
Alright, there's that.
a good block. Thank you.
Okay. I need some more too.
Yeah.
Those big paintbrushes have a lot more glue in them than those little ones.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you make like a round, okay? So then we're going to fold our paper over.
Right. Which is why you put the color on the bottom, right?
Right. So that when it folds over, it's the same color as the other side. And that's why we need 2 of these circles that are the same color. Because you're going to put another on the other side. So go around like that. And this is messy. Are you getting this all over your hands, Phil?
I am. Matter of fact, I'm wondering if my fingers are going to stick together.
Well, they kind of do after a while, to be honest.
Yes, they are. They
But
are.
as much as we're washing hands around this library,
Yeah, you'd
I'm
think
sure
that
it'll
wouldn't be
be
a problem.
And I have a mask on to protect Phil from his exposure to me or social distancing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's been wearing a mask all day to do some clean. We've been doing inventory and cleaning around here, so he got tired of wearing his mask, so I told him I'd wear mine so we could sit next to each other.
Yeah, that was nice of her to do that.
Okay, so I didn't show you that. Okay, so after you get all your little things stuck down in the middle, put a big glop of glue on top.
Well, I think I'm having to put some more before I even get that done.
Oh yeah, you got a lot. Here, let me hold it. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, too much goop.
Well, you really do have a lot. That's a
I
good
do.
though. It looks
Yeah.
pretty. Okay, now
Yeah.
get your straw. You got your straw over
Oh,
there?
that's right. Forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta have your straw.
Straw's next.
And you lay that down on here. And you want, if you have the bendy straws, you want the bendy stuff at the top. Because then you can change the direction of your flower, okay? And if you just have straight straws from Sonic, that's okay too. And then you take, and you're going to put your other circle. See this? Oh, I didn't show that. There's the circle. You're going to put it over the straw and stick it to your flower. Okay. Alright. And me and Phil made examples earlier so that we could show you and that we let these dry. So we're going to put these over to the side and let them dry. And you do have to be a little careful when you get those off your table to let them dry. Here, we'll just put these over here for a minute.
You got that?
Yeah, I got that.
That's great.
We'll just
Okay.
put these over here by our flower vase. Okie dokie. Let's move that over. Okay.
You did a great job.
Well,
really
thank
did.
you. And look what we made, Phil. This was mine, and this is yours. Look at our flowers we made.
Yeah, you can tell who knows what they're doing and who doesn't.
That's okay. No, you're not used to doing crafty stuff. So. And then all I did for this flower vase, let me lay those down. I'll show you after I get one made. Okay. So I took and put paper around this flower vase, and I think we've made a video of that, so they'll put it in this video, so you'll see me making this item. And then I'm going to take and cut out a cute animal to put on here. 'cause everybody loves animals. Let's see if we can find one that's got an animal that small. Oh, look at this cute little hummingbird. Aha, we found a picture, look. So now we can cut that out. We'll cut that out to put on our cute little flower vase here. So if you don't have a lot of time to do this craft, to let these dry, and you don't want to do that, you can use this hot glue gun to make your vase. You can also use it to make your flowers if you are a mom with not a lot of time. Or if you have a toddler on your hands that wants instant results, that's a good idea too. So then I have my little vase here, and I'm going to put my little hummingbird on here. So I'm just going to get some glue. For the sake of time, I'm going to use some hot glue. And if you're at home by yourself, doing this in your room, you need to ask your parent before you use hot glue to make sure they know that you are using it in case you do get an injury. That would be nice for them to know that you're at least telling them about it. So always get permission. And then use some safety. I always use something to stick it down with. I don't use my fingers. See, I'm using these scissors to stick it down if I use hot glue. So now we have our little hummingbird on our vase. And then if you wanted to start a new vase, like I already made a vase. And see, I just took some of this calendar that Phil has here. This calendar part with the pictures. And I cut out a picture I liked and cut up the different parts of it. And then I cut the word out because it's a word calendar. It has like those different slogans. Like this one's teamwork. So I just cut it out and I rolled it around here with hot glue. Put the word on there. So that was that one. And then we made this one, me and Phil, earlier. And then we just put the hummingbird on there. So then when you would want to put your flowers in there, you just want to take your hot glue, or you can fill it up with sand or rocks or something to hold it down, because we use peanut butter containers, right? And then you'll just stick it down in there like that. And it might have to be a little while. If you use sand or rocks, you won't have to wait for anything to dry. If you're using this hot glue, let me tell you, you'll have to sit here for a while and hold these on there and maybe blow. I have my mask on. Can you blow down in there? Takes a while. Okay, so then, yeah, so it takes a while. And I might need to, you'll have to look and see. Okay, so, just a flower in. There you go. You might have to put some more glue on it after it starts sticking. Just dribble some over the top. And if you were using real glue, you know, obviously, you probably would fill this up about like this and then put your flowers in there and then walk away. And then they'll just sort themselves. If you really want them targeted, like this one, I really did use hot glue because I wanted to pick where they were going to be. So, up to you. Anyway, you got all these things you can make. I want to show you this. That was one of the flowers I made, but if you want to use, like, remember I said you could cut out these different shapes? So then you would just go and cut out your shapes that you want, and you would just stick it down your little circle. And if you don't have a circle and you don't want to make a lily or something, just cut out the flower pieces and put them together and glue them together. And then you would glue your straw on top of that. And then, so here's some flower pieces, right? Are these the ones we had left over?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, see,
Yeah,
Phil and Michelle cut this calendar up, and so he's got this hexagon piece that's really cool. And then Miss Michelle made some flowers too, and she'll be on our video next week, so you'll meet her. But we got these cool little petals here. So when you have some extra things like that, or I could cut these out. So I'll cut these out later and make some more paper flowers too, to fill this up, because I got to fill up this one now that I got another one. So we'll just take this and start making a flower. And I'll just, for the sake of time, use a hot glue gun. So you just put a little round dot in the middle, and then you'll put your petals around and make sure that you get all the petals on there that you want. I'm just gonna do a four petal flower. And you can decide, like I said, you could really look at real flowers and see how they look. I know you need another hexagon on the back side.
You need to put a straw.
You're right. Let's have a straw, Phil. You got one over there?
You bet. My favorite color, purple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we will put this on there. And then we'll stick our hexagon on top.
Perfect.
And it is a little hot, so I'm going to use these scissors to hold this down. If you use this hot glue, let me tell you, this is a delicate situation. So get you a craft stick or some scissors to hold down the hot glue. Okay, so see, look. It's our different kind of flower we make. And you can make thousands of different combinations. It's really limitless. So, and you can put glitter. You can put sparkles. Make them. And then I want to see what you made. So post this on our Facebook page underneath this video of the flowers that you make, if you want to. And show us your flower vase and just be a show off. We like that, don't we?
Yeah, that's great.
And thank you.
Thanks very much. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.